Dear valued customers, if we follow the winding roads through the Truong Son range in the western regions of Quang and Quang, crossing ancient forests and stopping at small villages scattered along the mountainsides, that is, when you step into the cultural space of an ancient ethnic group, the Ko people. They are not only a small ethnic community with a population of nearly 40,000, but also the longtime owners of a unique ecological and cultural region where humans, language, deities, rituals, and music coexist in a close yet rich world. The ancestors of the Ko people have inhabited this area long before the presence of the feudal states of Vietnam as indigenous residents. They do not follow the nomadic cultural model like the Hmong or Dan Lai, nor have they been deeply assimilated like some coastal communities, but have maintained a social order reliant on the forest, water and ritual, where each plot of land, each ancient tree, or each beat of the gong is part of an invisible cultural charter. The language of the Ko people is the first gateway for us to understand that world. The Ko language belongs to the Northern Barbaric branch of the Austroasiatic language, very closely related to the Aso-Dang and Bana languages. This language does not have tonal distinctions like Vietnamese, but is rich in internal rhythm. The Ko people do not use time indicators like yesterday, today in a linear way, but instead use natural markers. When the rice begins to bloom, when the cicadas start to sing, when the stream flows the strongest. This reflects an important feature in cultural linguistics. Their language expresses a cyclical and ecological perception of time. Additionally, the Ko language has a rich vocabulary for spiritual phenomena, not just one word for soul, but dozens of terms depending on the subject: the soul of the living, the soul of the dead, the soul of rice, the soul of the land, etc. This shows that the belief system of the Ko people is inseparable from their land. It is part of a vibrant semantic structure where every manifestation of the physical world carries a layer of sacred meaning. In traditional social organization, the Ko people live in village units, usually from 20 to 30 houses, with a large communal house at the center as a symbol of power, memory, and rituals. The village is not only a place of residence, but also a close ecological, social, spiritual unit. The Ko people have a matrilineal structure, but it is not patriarchal in a feudal sense. Power is distributed flexibly. The village elder decides communal matters, women handle household affairs, and the youths are responsible for labor ritual. The young men tend the fields, and the young women keep the fire. Each harvest season is associated with a series of rituals: forest offerings before clearing fields, celebrations for rice as sprouting, rituals to drive away evil when illness strikes, housewarming ceremonies, and burial rites when bidding farewell to ancestors. Thus, every event in life is accompanied by ritual, and rituals are established based on natural structures and community relationships. The religious beliefs of the Ko people do not have a tightly organized system of doctrines like Brahmanism or Buddhism, but they possess a profound symbolic depth. They believe that the world is governed by a network of days, including Yang Dak, the water god, Yang Rung, the forest god, Yang Dat, the stone god, Yang Lua, the rice god, and especially Yang Maha, which is the soul of the ancestors. There are no fixed temples or statues. Deities reside in sacred forests, holy streams, ancient trees, and in sacrificial offerings. Human acts such as clearing fields, weddings, and house constructing must be presented through rituals. Violations do not require social punishment, as consequences will arise from the anger of the deities in the form of illness, poor harvests, or disasters. The way the Ko society manages individual behavior is not through laws, but through a consciousness that sanctifies all aspects of life, a form of theocratic order deeply rooted in symbolic anthropology. One of the most distinctive aspects, and also the highest expression of Ko culture, is music. The Ko gongs have a clear hierarchical structure. Each village, each clan has its own set of gongs, regarded as ancestral heirlooms. The instruments are played in rhythmic patterns that create sound waves, resonating with the voices of prayers. The rhythmic structure in the ceremonial music of the Ko people often does not follow Western rhythms, but is based on natural breathing, circular walking, and the rhythm of field work, creating sounds that blend into the movements of the community. Guns of singing, such as Soro and To Lo, are not just lyrics, but a repository of oral history about ancestors, ethics, and behavior. When a Ko person sings about their ancestors from the time of village founding, it is not merely storytelling. Almost it is a living epic, a customary law test, a form of education that does not require written words. Music and song lyrics serve as a collective social memory where values are transmitted through melody, rhythm, and the repetition of rituals. And because of that, the Ko Peel, although just a small community living quietly in the mountains of Ngai, are actually carrying a complete symbolic universe where every kin from language, fire, gongs, song is interconnected into an inseparable spiritual map. In the era of globalization, where many ethnic groups lose their identity, the Ko Peel, with their own language, unique rituals, distinct social order, and muse, are a vivid testament to an unchanging principle. Cultural identity only exists when it lives in light, not needing to be cumbered, but must be a tightly woven sacred ecosystem. Please follow the travel channel Cùng Viễn for more exciting experiences about the culture, tourism, and history of Vietnam and the world. Hãy follow kênh du lịch Cùng Viễn để có thêm nhiều trải nghiệm hấp dẫn về văn hóa, du lịch và lịch sử của Việt Nam và thế giới.